Elemental, which is this movie they're releasing. No one's excited for Elemental, okay? But they're disappointed when people watch Elemental on iPhones. Okay? They're really begging you to see this movie. They really are. Okay? And the only losers in animation is Disney. Disney Pixar. Okay? They're the only losers. And also, Elemental, just like every other Disney made a Disney animated movie, Disney found a way to give that movie a good score on Rotten Tomatoes. Not too surprising here. The movie currently stands at a 65% Rotten Tomatoes. Again, not a good score, but again, it'll still not make $1 billion like the Mario movie did. Okay? And make a lot of money like Spider-Verse did. This movie is gonna flop in Disney, and they're trying to do everything they can to turn the ship around for Disney Pixar. Maybe if you don't stop shoving agendas in your movies, maybe, just maybe, people will watch your movies again. But Elemental looks bad, it looks generic, it looks bland and boring. You know, of course, Disney's paying off the critics to give the, Elemental a good score on Rotten Tomatoes. No one's surprised that, but of course, Transformers will never get a good score, Mario will never get a good score by these critics. But of course, Disney movies, they'll instantly get a good score on on these sites. Okay, Little Mermaid remake, Elemental, certified fresh. Okay, that should be called certified trash. Because any Disney movie that gets a certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes now, you can almost certainly tell that the critics were paid off to give the garbage movies good scores. They're not even paying off these so-called review sites like IMDb to give the Little Mermaid remake good scores, because they can't stand Disney losing money. It's only when they only will protect Disney movies. Okay, Jurassic World Dominion. They're not gonna say, oh yeah, people don't like Jurassic World Dominion, so they're review bombing Jurassic World Dominion because they're racist, they're phobes. Okay. As well, okay? The whole racist narrative fell apart when Spider-Man came around. Of course, I can still push it, of the Little Mermaid, but people are not done seeing, through the eyes and lenses of Disney. Okay? Spider-Verse is gonna make a lot of money. It's going to take a lot of money from Elemental. Okay? Next week is going to be a chaotic week because Transformers will still be in theaters. And that movie is opening similar to John Wick Chapter 4. Okay? If historical president shifts again, we're looking at a very similar opening, like 68 to 75 million for Transformers. We're using the historical president for movies like Fast X and John Wick 4 and Sonic 2. All movies that had very similar, previews. And all had very similar openings. Okay, in the past couple of years. But it seems that they're so pissed off that this movie is not going to do well. You know what movie did well? The Mario movie. Okay? You don't see the creators bashing their own fan base. You don't see Chris Pratt bashing the fan base of Pixar if they won't go see the movie. Threatening their own fan base if the Mario movie didn't make money. And the Mario movie made a lot of money. Okay? They're essentially, angry and disappointed. Basically trying to shame you into watching Elemental. It's not gonna work. This type of stuff doesn't work anymore. Trying to shame people into going to see movies. It worked with Captain Marvel. That movie made $1 billion. It worked with The Rise of Skywalker and The Lion King and stuff. But it's not gonna work anymore, Disney. Okay? And they're also saying that it will serve as appreciation for immigrant stories. You must watch this movie. You must watch it or else you're racist towards immigrants. Okay? And no one's gonna watch this. No one's gonna give a crap about Elemental. Okay? We can see animated movies that are not made by Disney making billions of dollars. I guess iPhones are not a problem with Mario because it made $1.3 billion. Or a problem with Spider-Verse, because that movie is doing just as well as the first Spider-Verse. Okay? The fact that the second Spider-Verse movie is doing way better, or just as well legs-wise, but doing way better than the first Spider-Verse movie. Okay? It is doing way better than the first Spider-Verse movie. Okay, doing way better than the first one. Considered one of the best animated movies ever made. Oh yeah, the iPhone kids are totally the reason why we're gonna blame the iPhones. We're gonna blame the phones now because no one wants to see our city movies. Yeah, don't make city movies then. Don't make movies that people don't want to watch. Disney. It's just that simple. No one want to watch Lightyear. No one want to watch Strange World. No one wants to watch The Little Mermaid even. Okay, that movie's gonna lose money. Indiana Jones is gonna lose money. Okay, and people saying you just making. Someone even told me that I'm just being crazy. All those movies lost money. Turning Red lost money. Okay, Solo lost money. We can go back to that, but almost every release Disney has released has lost money. I left out a Noble movie in that tweet. Guardians of the Galaxy didn't lose money because it did not lose money. Wakanda Forever did not lose money in the theaters. Okay, even Four and Thunder and Doctor Strange didn't lose money in the theaters. Okay, I only put movies like Lightyear. Okay, because no one went to go see Lightyear. No one went to go see Strange World. No one went to go see Quantumania. Okay, no one's gonna go see Elemental and Indiana Jones, Dial of Destiny, and Little Mermaid. Little Mermaid, that's because no one's watching it internationally. No one's watching it outside of America. Okay, Little Mermaid will probably make money in America, but also you gotta realize, but no reason in Japan. Oh yeah, Transformers is also coming out this week. Also coming out. Mario movie is still gonna be out making money in Japan. Spider-Verse is gonna be out. Okay, all these other movies. Okay, people don't. Like here you go. Spider-Verse across the Spider-Verse. That's how representation works. Okay, and people are excited for what's next in Spider-Verse. No one's excited for the Little Mermaid sequel if they do make one. Okay. Heck, I saw more hype for Transformers than the Little Mermaid. Okay, like actual hype. Okay, for Transformers than the Little Mermaid. That's how pathetic that movie's performing. Okay. Nothing can. The fixed reviews are not going to save this movie from losing money. Okay. The, bought and paid for IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes audience scores are not going to change the fact that this movie is a pile of garbage. Okay. The rigged scores on Rotten Tomatoes. Okay. As well, which means I can't really trust the audience scores anymore, which is why I started doing the polls, because you can't trust the audience scores anymore because Disney will rig it. Disney will rig the scores so their movies have good reviews. Okay? Because they don't want their movies to be seen in negative light. It's funny, it's only Disney that's doing this to protect their movies. No one else. Okay? The fact that the Lion King remake and, Rise of Skywalker magically also landed at 7 out of 10. And IMDb said nothing, but mostly it's the same thing with the Little Mermaid remake, Lion King remake, okay, Encanto, and all of these bad movies that Disney keeps releasing, Turning Red, okay, all of these bad movies Disney keeps releasing, because the real scores for the movies are probably much lower. But IMDb probably was deleting negative reviews, but this time just go forward and admit that, say, hey, we're being paid by Disney to give this city movie positive scores. Okay, we're being paid by Disney. It's now that's being blatant now. Okay, but the Elemental creators just don't understand that nobody wants to watch the city movies. Okay, no matter how much Disney pays the critics, no matter how much money Disney gives the IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes to make sure the movies have positive scores, it's not going to change the fact that Disney has just been going downhill and making garbage movies that no one wants to watch. Okay? Disney used to be a brand associated with quality, and that's why the Disney movies made $1 billion. But it seems that people have woken up to Disney's, ideals. The world. And this Disney is just horrible. Okay? Element City. No one gives a shit about Element City. No one gives a shit about the characters of this movie, and overall, this movie is gonna lose a lot of money for Disney, just like the Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny will. Okay, this movie costs the same amount of money as the new Transformers movie, which is pretty hilarious. And this garbage cost the same as Transformers. Okay, but according to critics, the new Transformers movie, that's complete garbage. Don't worry, we're gonna give the Little Mermaid remake a complete pile of trash. Near perfect scores. Okay, and that's the whole idiocracy of Rotten Tomatoes. Okay, we're gonna give the Little Mermaid movie, the Little Mermaid remake, good scores because Disney paid. Because it's clearly just saying Disney paid us to give the Little Mermaid good scores. Okay, Paramount did not pay to give Transformers any reviews, which shows by the scores on Rotten Tomatoes. But don't worry, Disney and Elemental, and all these other movies that Disney's releasing, Disney's gonna try to turn those ships around with Rotten Tomatoes at the very least. But they can't turn the ship at the box office. My movie will be considered a worst movie by the critics, but by the audiences, it's gonna be considered the better movie because it will have made more money. The audience are the ones who speak, not Disney and not Rotten Tomatoes. Those very clearly, they do not run the box office. They do not determine which movies make money. And that's pretty much this video here. Goodbye.